It's time now for County-Wide, a presentation of Yavapai Broadcasting News. You'll hear about the interesting issues and happenings that affect all our lives. Here's today's County-Wide.
Well, good day and welcome to the program. I'm Brad Miller. It is County-Wide. We're happy to welcome into studio today the head of one of the most interesting and unique programs, I think, in our region. We've chatted with folks from the OLLI program through Yavapai College a number of times. And today, Director Tricia Berlowe is here. We call you Tricia.
That's right.
That's what we'll call you in the show. Thanks for coming and joining us.
Patricia when I'm in trouble.
Okay. My mom's a Patricia. She was my grandma. That same
there
thing.
There you go. Yep.
I call her mom, but
this
there
is
you go.
My aunt is Patricia. Yeah. So Tricia is when things are going well.
Patricia. I get Bradley. I know. I'm there with you. A lot of us know that. But the OLLI program is just interesting. It just brings a smile to think, because I've chatted with any number of folks from your organization before, including yourself in the past. And we've had some, I don't know if we say graduates or students or alumni. Or
we call them members.
Members.
Yes.
Sure. That suggests a lifelong learning, doesn't it? Well, that's what it is. OLLI is an acronym, Osher Lifelong Learning Institute.
Correct.
And it's through Yavapai College. It is part of Yavapai College. What's that relationship?
It is part of Yavapai College.
Okay.
Yes. So we are dedicated to serving retirees.
Right.
Yeah.
Is there a minimum age?
No. Okay. So if you were in your 40s or 50s and retired, I'm resentful.
Yeah.
Jealous, but that could happen. People sometimes who maybe are on disability or are laid off or for whatever reason are free during the day. Our programming is mostly during the day. So it is designed for retirees, but anybody can come.
Yeah. And given that, that subject matter, I know one of the most interesting things, and I'm going to let you explain it because I think I might get it wrong, is that you kind of build sometimes some of the classes or coursework or discussion on the experiences of some of the folks who come and attend. Am I getting that?
No, it's all about the people who are coming and attending.
That's the whole shebang.
The whole shebang is that. So we are basically a volunteer organization.
Right.
Everybody who joins OLLI participates in some way. Many of them are participants in the classrooms. They contribute their thoughts, their ideas, their life experience, but all the classes are also run by volunteers.
That's so cool.
It is so cool. So sometimes it is their career. We just had a woman who worked in one of the, three-letter agencies, CIA, FBI, one of those guys, and she, for what she could share.
I love it.
And she said
I can't
that.
Tell you or I got to kill you?
She said, yes, a little bit.
Boy.
But she's, sharing kind of what that career was like.
Yeah.
And what kind of things she got to do.
Fascinating.
Well, she couldn't tell us all the details.
Sure.
But it's very interesting. So sometimes that happens and we are blown away by the experience of our members. And then sometimes it's a hobby. Sometimes it's just an interest. We had a great class where a woman said, I just want to know more about the country of Tibet. The region of Tibet. I don't know a lot about it. It's not like I'm an expert.
Right.
And she said, okay, I'm going to do a class. I'm going to say to everybody who signs up, I will do 3 weeks worth of content, but I'm going to come up with a whole list of other things. And then the class's job was to go out and just look at YouTube, go read a book, go find an article. And then they would do a 10 or 15 minute presentation themselves on some aspect of Tibet. So they were just teaching each other. And it's so much more fun. I mean, you could do that on your own. You could sit in front of YouTube, and sometimes I do, but I don't have anybody to talk about it with. I don't have anybody to compare notes. Wait a minute, somebody in the room actually went to Tibet. Tell me more. Somebody knows something else. Somebody was working in the foreign service. We have all sorts of people like that who maybe was assigned in the region and could tell us all sorts of things about the dynamics between the countries in that region and India and Pakistan, and how does that impact, whatever. So
it can go forever.
It can.
Yeah,
and
building
exactly.
blocks.
Yeah. And then you have somebody to really compare notes and maybe challenge what you thought you knew was true. Mm-hmm. It's not our job to convince each other otherwise, but you might learn something when you walk out. And then you have such good things to talk about at Thanksgiving.
Well, I was going to say, just that structure that you just described suggests a very strong social building kind of thing. And sometimes for retirees particularly, that can be something that's missing for retirees if they're alone now or whatever the situation may be. So you're killing a lot of birds with one or two stones here.
That's all true. So we're really a community. It
really is.
Yeah, you really don't
really
yes, you could come and go to class and then leave and not really talk to anybody. But, God, why would you miss the opportunity?
Right.
So people develop relationships, friendships. We have a lot of people who move into our area as retirees. We have that whole influx of people. So they don't necessarily have their family.
Mm-hmm.
Their network when they were working is now back wherever they came from, right? And so they need to rebuild a network. And OLLI lets you rebuild your network here locally. If people to call when you need to run over to the ER because you think you have an ear infection or whatever, you know how it is.
Yeah.
You can build your community here.
Yeah. And who knows where it can go?
Right.
I know that there's been some folks that have gone even in retirement and started small businesses together.
Yes.
Things like that. It can just literally become a whole second, third chapter.
Absolutely.
For people. And it sounds like as often as not, that is what happens.
It is.
You really find some kind of direction that you didn't know.
Right.
The surprise element of it is fun.
Australia calls it the third age. I love that.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
That is.
Yeah. So you're growing up first age.
Is that an Aboriginal term?
No, I think
it sounds old world.
It does sound old world, but the second age is when we're working and having families, and the third age is when you get to kind of decide where you want to go with it.
Yeah, and find something really new and interesting.
Yeah.
Now, you described that how long is OLLI? I keep wanting to say Osher. What is Osher? Is that a person's name?
Osher is a person's name who endowed our program.
Okay.
And we are super grateful.
Okay, well, sure.
So that really makes us, and it enables us to be very cost effective. We have scholarships. So if people really can't afford our fees, which are very low, you can get scholarshiped. And then we have very low fees, and we supplement all of our costs with this endowment that helps support us.
Okay, so that's a local endowment. This isn't a...
It is, no, it's a national endowment,
okay,
actually.
It is. Okay.
So the Osher Foundation, their goal was to endow programs like ours, at least 2 in every state. So we have Yavapai College.
Okay.
We have ASU and U of A.
Yeah, you've said that.
Yes.
That's right. That's right.
And there are maybe 11 in California. So California got overrepresented.
Yeah.
There's maybe 1 in Alaska. There's 1 in Rhode Island. You get the idea. But they are almost always attached to large universities.
Sure.
We are one of only 5 community colleges in the country that have an OLLI. So we are very lucky that way. And just to brag a little, Yavapai College's OLLI got their endowment before ASU and U of A.
Ha.
So, ha.
Is there an online element?
Yes. So we offer about 20% of our offerings are still online.
Okay.
And that seems to be working for people. People travel, people go away, they come back. They may or may not be able to drive. They may just not want to drive.
Yeah.
Particularly over the winter, our enrollment for online creeps up quite a bit.
Yeah, you bet.
Yeah. So we do have that as an option, and then tons of in-person classes. And we really design it around retirees' lifestyle. So you can come and go as you wish.
Okay.
So you might travel for a couple weeks, then you come back. We have lots of one-time classes, so you can just pick and choose what fits in your schedule. We have a lot of classes that are 6 weeks long, but then we take a break. So maybe you come in for class for 6 weeks, but then you want to go back and see the kids or whatever.
Right.
And then you jump in, and then we have another 6 weeks. And we do that 5 times a year. So you can just jump in and jump out anytime you need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. Sounds like you thought of everything over there.
We're trying.
trying to keep it happening.
Yes.
And so classes come up. It sounds like it's not going to be traditional like I would think of the way my high school did or college did. So I need to just check in with you and find out what is something. Is there a curriculum online that I can check and kind of browse?
Yep. We have a website. It's www.yc.edu/OLLI, OLLI.
Okay.
And when you go on there, we have catalogs 5 times a year.
Gotcha.
Lines up with those 5-6 week sessions. And so you can go up, take a look, thumb through. In any given catalog and across the county, we offer something like 130 choices.
Great.
So we're not talking 2. We're talking, over 100 choices. So if you can't find something that interests you in there, call me, because what am I missing? Because we have writing, we have arts and crafts, so hands-on things. We have some lovely things where it's like meditation and crafting. What a lovely combination, because for some people, it's so relaxing to work with your hands.
Right.
And then we have history classes, and we have political discussions, and all sorts of things.
Yeah, so, it's just really kind of, is it, we got to take a break. I'm so into this right now, but we do have to pause for a moment. So we'll do that and come back. Always good conversation when we talk with folks from the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute. And today the director is here, Tricia Berlowe, our guest. We'll be back to Countywide right after this.
Life changes, then it changes again. Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Matthias Sandoval. A job loss, change in health, or a loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Call our office to schedule a face-to-face appointment.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Verde Solaire, your hometown heating, air conditioning, and plumbing company in the Verde Valley, and your trusted North Central Arizona Goodman dealer. Goodman is a name you can trust with the revolutionary Comfort Bridge technology factory installed into select Goodman gas furnaces and air handlers to ensure the entire system operates at peak energy efficient performance. Verde Solaire offers free in-home estimates, locally owned and operated since 1983. Visit them at verdesolaire.com. Better, cleaner, faster.
Thank you so very much for your generosity and kindness in helping others. I hope that you take advantage of the many Arizona state tax credits available when giving to qualified charities and schools. If you haven't taken advantage, I hope you'll ask your favorite charity if they qualify. You can go to Arizona Department of Revenue website, search for tax credits, and look at the list of qualifying charities. Then look at your latest Arizona income tax return and see how an Arizona tax credit can benefit many. This is Lewis saying thanks again.
As the days get shorter and the nights cooler, make sure your future is wrapped in the right protection. Jonna Randall Murdoch, your local Farm Bureau agent, is ready to help you simplify and protect what matters most: your home, your car, your life, and your future. Jonna offers competitive pricing with a relationship-first approach that puts you at the center of every decision. Call Jonna Randall Murdoch today at 928-649-8686, located on Villa Drive in Cottonwood. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
We welcome you back to the program. I'm Brad Miller and Tricia Berlowe. Tricia is our guest today. Yavapai College OLLI director, the Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, has been a part of the college
31 years.
31.
Okay. We became an OLLI more like, let me think about this, 20 years ago.
Okay.
So initially we were the Yavapai Learning Institute.
Right.
So we already existed.
I remember that.
Yeah, we already
remember
existed.
that.
And that was part of how we managed to talk the Osher Foundation into accepting a community college in, when they were anticipating that they would be working with large universities, with large, foundation departments and all sorts of things that could support. And we convinced them, and we've done a very good job since, that our little community college in Yavapai County could handle and do well, and we do.
I'm curious if you're seeing an uptick again in person. We had the online, we had the pandemic, we had the Zoom, we had that life.
Yes.
I'm just wondering if people are anxious to get back into a setting where they have classmates in the same room. Yeah.
So we didn't know what the magic was going to be about, but it seems like 80% is the right number for us of in person.
That makes sense.
And people really do want to get together and talk. Yeah. Not that they aren't together online. They are. And we do all sorts of fun things online. We play trivia every week. We started, it's called Tuesday Trivia. We started it in probably even April of 2020 as a way to teach people how to use Zoom. So how do you mute yourself? How do you get on? How do you click on a link? Right. And so we said, okay, we're going to play trivia and get OLLI members to just join. And it was a non-pressure environment to teach people how to use the tool.
Great way to do it.
And then we got addicted to Tuesday Trivia, and we have not stopped. And I have a little bit of, so this is back to, these are all member driven. So the members run the trivia, and now they're a little OCD. I have to tell you the truth. So they don't, if Tuesday falls on Christmas Day, they are holding trivia, because now it's like this point of pride that they have had trivia every single week since 2020.
Yeah.
So that's pretty funny. And it's not competitive trivia, it's collaborative trivia. So if any one person online knows the answer, everybody gets credit. It's really fun.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Sporting kind of thing. See, but
it is.
It's funny, we chuckle about it, but it's also, it shows how completely dedicated folks are to making these programs work, and how involved people get, and really it sinks in and becomes part of your life.
It is part of your life. Yeah.
Really
Tuesdays at 4 is absolutely like booked for some people. And if somebody misses, everybody's like, hey, what's going on with Ed? They care. They're looking out for Ed or whatever.
I'm curious, and maybe I don't know if you even track this, how many attendees percentage-wise say have a college or better?
So,
and how
yes.
many are high school grads?
Right. So OLLI tends to trend towards higher education.
Yeah.
I think it's because people went to college back in the day and they have a good feeling about being on a college campus. And so they love to come back and do that again. I would love to have more people who didn't get to have that experience.
That's why I asked you.
Yeah,
I'd
come to
love
OLLI.
see
So we
that.
have a handful of people I know. You know, they don't always all share their background with me, but when they do, we have a handful of people who certainly didn't get that chance, and now or maybe they studied engineering and they never took any history classes, and now they're having a blast doing all sorts of history classes with us. Or, or they didn't get to do art.
Right.
Honestly, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not so talented in the art department, but I think it's fun. But back in the day, grades mattered and I couldn't get an A in art.
Yeah.
It just wasn't going to happen. So I didn't do it that anymore in my career, but now I'm having fun playing, just playing around.
And that's a great perspective to carry into it.
Yes.
You might have been pursuing vocation before, and you were on a line for a specific degree and a specific angle to go into the work world.
Right.
And now you can still do some of that if you choose to.
Sure.
But you can also do,
you could be writing your memoirs.
Things that got nothing to do with what you've ever had an interest in before.
Right. You could be doing poetry. Who knows?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's wide open.
Fun.
Yeah.
Munch and learn.
Yes. So
what's that
we
about?
We do a free series. I do not pay for your lunch. I'm really sorry. But we call it Munch and Learn. So you're invited.
That's the first thing we learn.
Yes.
Is that Tricia's not paying for the lunch.
No,
okay.
Sorry. A little cheap that way. But so we have a whole series. So every 6 weeks that we are in session, we have a Munch and Learn session every Thursday, 12:30.
Okay.
We bounce around the county. So sometimes it's in Sedona. Sometimes it's in Verde. Sometimes it's in Prescott.
Good.
And everybody else can jump on Zoom. And sometimes it's an author. We have historians. Last week we had our provost from Yavapai College, and he did a great job because his whole background and his research was on emotional intelligence. And I wasn't, honestly, to tell you the truth, sure how much that would hit. And it hit great because there's a lot of conflict in the world. And the content really helped people to think about how to deal with. I keep joking about, A, you're going to have interesting things to talk about at Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. But B, if there's some loaded conversations in those kind of, OLLI's helping to equip people to figure out how to handle that well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Valuable.
Yeah. So
valuable.
So it is free. It's open to the public. So you don't have to be an OLLI member. You do need to join us as a member to take other classes, but that series Munch and Learn is all free and open. So
that's great stuff.
Yep.
Some other kind of notes here that I think your assistant put forward that I just love. There's a special bonus for 90-year-old OLLI members. 90.
If you're 90 and above, you are free.
Oh, that's nice.
You know what?
Okay.
If you've made it to 90, you've earned it.
You certainly have.
Yeah. So we call them the nifty 90s.
Yeah.
And, way back in the day when I started this 18 years ago, we just had, 1, 2, or 3. I think we have 20 to 30 90-year-olds now. We did have one member make it to 100, go ad-free.
Wow.
And then he left us. But I was proud of him. But we have just phenomenal, I can think of, there's some that are 96, 97. They are sharp. They are smart. They have a lot to share. And we are so lucky that they're still with us and telling us stories and joining classes. And some of them are still offering and coordinating classes. So
one of the things that I found, I've been here doing radio in this area generally for about 30 years or so. And something I found really quickly, maybe this is true in a lot of places, but it sure is here, is some of the lives that people have lived that have been out there.
Yes.
Many years ago. She's long since passed. I met a lady. Oh, my gosh. What's her name? I didn't think I'd ever forget it. I want to say Melanie, Minnie, something. It was kind of a cute name, but she worked for NASA. And she worked in the Gemini program. And she lived in Sedona a long time ago. And she just called up one time to the radio show.
Oh, cool.
And we started chatting, and I had a guest. I brought her in we didn't even have a show, but I thought I got to put this lady on the radio. And it was fascinating stuff. And there are other colorful characters and very learned people and people who have really lived some interesting lives in our community.
So we had an Auschwitz survivor in OLLI. We just lost her this last year. So her daughter is still with us and it's going to start, because she always shared her story, but her daughter is going to start sharing her story too, which we're really honored. And we also have a prisoner of war from Vietnam who was in for 7.5 years with partially part of his time he was with McCain, but he does say, hey, I was there longer than McCain.
Wow. That's a long time.
It is a really long time, and he's an amazing man. And
Hanoi?
Yes.
In this,
yes.
Oh, boy.
So the first time he walked into my office and he sat down and he kind of told me that, I was like, excuse me? I mean, it was almost like, it was almost unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
But he just finished up a class where he shared his experience.
Wow.
So, So people have had very serious experiences and share. And then we also have, we laugh a lot at OLLI.
Yeah.
Because it's really important to laugh and laugh at ourselves too.
Yeah. Well, you
We
have
do.
to. Yeah, you have to. The world could use a little more of that.
Yes.
These days. Let's do this, finish up. You just kind of did this. I was going to ask if you've got some folks whose lives, have really been impacted. And the whole show has kind of been a little bit about that. But is there one or two more that...
Well, I do know there's a gentleman right now who's part of an OLLI who came up to me, and his wife is not doing well. She's got dementia. And so he said he gets a caregiver to sit with her, and the only time he gets out of the house is to come to OLLI once a week.
So important.
And it's just getting him out. And I've had other people who, have had loss or are on the lonely side. It's hard as you age, and maybe you're losing your friends. Maybe your family's not nearby, or you don't have a lot of family. And people have said to me that OLLI really has saved their lives. And that, really touches me.
That can't be anything better for you to hear from your chair. That's terrific. And it doesn't surprise me at all. All right. Again, let's wrap with Tricia as we kind of pull it into the driveway here. Again, if you want to give the website, it's probably the best place to go.
The best place to go, but I'll give you my phone number too. So www.yc.edu/OLLI, OLLI, or you can give us a call anytime, 928-717-7634. We'll get you on our mailing list. We'll get you connected with how OLLI all works. We would love that.
That sounds terrific. Well, wonderful program, 30 years strong, and I know it'll continue for a long time, and I know we'll chat again when there's more excitement coming down the pipe, and there always is.
Always.
With the OLLI program. All right, our guest today, Tricia Berlowe. I'm Brad Miller. It's Countywide. We'll see you next time.
Life changes, then it changes again. Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called unexpected. So when it comes to financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Matthias Sandoval. A job loss, change in health, or a loss of a loved one can have a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Call our office to schedule a face-to-face appointment.
Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
Verde Solaire, your hometown heating, air conditioning, and plumbing company in the Verde Valley, and your trusted North Central Arizona Goodman dealer. Goodman is a name you can trust with the revolutionary Comfort Bridge technology, factory installed into select Goodman gas furnaces and air handlers to ensure the entire system operates at peak energy efficient performance. Verde Solaire offers free in-home estimates, locally owned and operated since 1983. Visit them at verdesolaire.com. Better, cleaner, faster.
Thank you so very much for your generosity and kindness in helping others. I hope that you take advantage of the many Arizona state tax credits available when giving to qualified charities and schools. If you haven't taken advantage, I hope you'll ask your favorite charity if they qualify. You can go to Arizona Department of Revenue website, search for tax credits, and look at the list of qualifying charities. Then look at your latest Arizona income tax return and see how an Arizona tax credit can benefit many. This is Lewis saying thanks again.
As the days get shorter and the nights cooler, make sure your future is wrapped in the right protection. Jonna Randall Murdoch, your local Farm Bureau agent, is ready to help you simplify and protect what matters most: your home, your car, your life, and your future. Jonna offers competitive pricing with a relationship-first approach that puts you at the center of every decision. Call Jonna Randall Murdoch today at 928-649-8686, located on Villa Drive in Cottonwood. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
This has been Countywide. Listen in each Tuesday and Thursday at this time. If you have a topic or guest idea that you'd like to suggest, email us, news@myradioplace.com.